What if I told you there are places on Earth that don't look real at all? Not edited, not CGI, completely real. Landscapes that look like they were generated by AI. Colors that don't seem natural. And locations so unusual, they almost feel like they belong on another planet. But here's the strange part. You can actually go there. You can stand there and see it with your own eyes. And as we go through this list, each place becomes harder to believe than the last. Let's start with one that looks like it was built in a fantasy world. Place 1. Pamukkale, Turkey. In Turkey, there's a place that looks like frozen waterfalls made of clouds. It's called Pamukkale. From a distance, it looks like snow, but it's not. It's made of white mineral deposits formed by thermal water. Over thousands of years, these pools stacked on top of each other, creating terraces that look almost artificial. The water flows slowly, leaving behind calcium deposits, and forming these perfectly smooth, bright white layers. It doesn't look natural, but it is, and you can actually walk on it. Place 2. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Now imagine standing on the world's largest mirror. That's what it feels like at Salar de Uyuni, a massive salt flat in Bolivia. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water covers the surface, and something incredible happens. The ground reflects the sky perfectly, so perfectly that it becomes almost impossible to tell where the ground ends and the sky begins. You're standing in what feels like infinite space. No horizon, no separation, just reflection. It feels unreal. Place 3. Zhangjiajie, China. Now let's go to China, to a place that looks like it inspired a science fiction movie. Zhangjiajie, National Forest. Towering stone pillars rise straight into the sky. Thin, tall, almost floating. Covered in greenery, they look like giant natural skyscrapers. This landscape is so unusual, it actually inspired the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. But this isn't fiction. It's real, and you can walk among them. Place 4. Lake Hillier, Australia. Next, we head to Australia, where there's a lake that is bright pink. Not slightly pink, completely pink. It's called Lake Hillier, and what makes it even stranger is that the color stays the same all year. Scientists believe it's caused by microorganisms, combined with high salt levels. But here's the part that's hard to believe. Even when you take the water out, it stays pink. It looks like something from a different world. Place 5. Antelope Canyon, USA. Now let's go to the United States, specifically Arizona, where wind and water carved something incredible. Antelope Canyon, a narrow canyon with smooth, flowing walls. The shapes twist and curve, like liquid frozen in time. And when sunlight hits the canyon, it creates beams of light that look almost unreal. It feels like you're inside a painting or a simulation. Place 6. Mount Roraima, Venezuela. Now we move to South America, to one of the most mysterious mountains in the world, Mount Roraima. It's completely flat on top, like a giant table, and it rises above the surrounding land, isolated, surrounded by cliffs, almost impossible to access. The top is often covered in clouds, making it look like it's floating. Scientists believe it's one of the oldest geological formations on Earth. And the ecosystem up there? Completely unique. It feels like a lost world. Place 7. Wulingyuan, China. Back to China again. Another place that doesn't feel real. Wulingyuan's scenic area. Thousands of stone pillars spread across the landscape, covered in mist, each one rising at different heights. It creates a layered, almost dreamlike effect, like a painting that changes as you look at it. It's massive, and almost impossible to fully take in. Place 8. Fly Geyser, USA. Now back to the United States, to something that looks like it belongs on another planet. Fly Geyser. Bright colors. Red, green, orange, all coming out of a natural formation. But here's the twist. It wasn't originally natural. It was created accidentally during drilling, but over time, minerals built up and created this surreal structure. Now it looks completely alien. Place 9, Door to Hell, Turkmenistan. Now this one is intense. In Turkmenistan, there's a massive crater that's been burning for decades. It's called the Door to Hell. It was created during a gas drilling accident. To prevent toxic gas from spreading, scientists set it on fire. They expected it to burn out in days. It's still burning. Years later, a giant hole in the ground, filled with fire, day and night. It looks unreal and dangerous. Place 10, Marble Caves, Chile. Finally, we go to Chile, to a place carved entirely by water, the Marble Caves, located in a lake. These caves are made of smooth marble. Over time, water shaped the walls, creating swirling patterns. Blue, white, gray. The reflections from the water make the colors shift constantly. It feels like the walls are moving, like the cave is alive, and it changes depending on the light. Reflection. Now think about all of these places. They don't look real. They don't feel real, but they exist. And each one is the result of natural processes. Time, pressure, water, heat. The Earth is capable of creating things that look completely artificial. And maybe that's the most surprising part. Reality can look more unreal than imagination. Outro. And this list is just the beginning. There are places where water glows in the dark, mountains change color, and landscapes look like they belong on another planet. So if this video surprised you, there's a lot more to discover. Comment below which place felt the most unreal to you. And if you enjoy seeing things like this, subscribe. Because the deeper we go, the more unbelievable it gets.